Good morning and welcome again to another press briefing. We have them all daily so that we can keep you informed as to what's happening in the recovery process of this all lovely Dominica. Let me also welcome the stations that are joining. We expect that it will be, and it is, DBS Radio, Kyrie FM and Vibes Radio. We also have people on social media listening in, watching, doing whatever they can to get involved. Facebook, YouTube. Today we will have with us, or we already have with us, two very important people who will tell us about insurance. Now, the word insurance is a comforting word, but sometimes it can be something we don't truly understand how the comfort works. And today, these two fine gentlemen, who I'll mention later, are here to tell you how best to work your insurance policy in order to have your claim satisfied or fulfilled. Before I do that, I will give you the updates which you all love to wait on and anticipate. The updates from Dominica. Dominica is saying they're working on the Dawasco Betong issue and they should be connected today unless an issue is found with their installation. The areas they say that have been energized yesterday: Church Street, Castle Street, Cross Street, Victoria Street, that's up to DBS Radio. Cox Street between Acme Garage and Cross Lane, Great George Street between Cox Street and King George V Street, King George V Street between Upper Lane and Cross Street, Peel Lane between Great George Street and Independence Street. Now the area is currently being addressed for restoration, that is Friday and Saturday. I suppose that's today and tomorrow. High Street, unrestored areas of Bath Road, Virgin Lane, Turkey Lane and Independence Street, and the areas between Cox Street, Hanover Street and River Street. River Street and Riverbank are not scheduled. There may be a typo here, but River Street and Riverbank have or are not scheduled for immediate restoration due to the extent of flooding damage and ongoing cleanup works. Works ongoing on the HV network in the following areas: the Belfast feeder from Foncolé to Mont Daniel Main Road down to Canefield, Victoria Street from High Street to Citonnier, and that requires traffic control for safe completion. Now, Ross University has been restored and lines are now being strung in the Portsmouth Beach Hotel area and other parts of Picard. All high voltage lines in Portsmouth, with the exception of Grange, have been strung. Or just for those who didn't catch it, I'll repeat it after we hear our great speakers today. And there's the update from Dawasco. Dawasco claims to have restored 55% of the country's water supply. And the new areas are Wallhouse, Wharton Waven, Castle Comfort. And they're trucking water to areas like St. Joseph, Mero, Layu, Warner, Coliho, Colibistri, Monrachet, Santa Roma, Glasgow, Copthall, Louisville, Shawford, Trafalgar, Mont Prosper, Soufriere, Scots Head, Bellevue, Chopin. Again, I'll repeat this before we end our press briefing this morning. And Flo says that Flo has successfully restored all communication services to the island's main hospital, that is, of course, the Princess Margaret Hospital. The update from Digicel: 19 sites are now live, extending coverage to Warner and Campbell. ICT connections of businesses accelerated so as to encourage economic stimulation. Hot desk operational for Digicel business companies, providing connectivity and business administration services, available daily by appointment from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. And the teams continue registration and verification assessments of damaged houses in the Kalinago territory, having completed Concord and presently working through Atkinson. The update from the Public Works. Bagatelle is now accessible, and this means that all areas are now accessible to vehicular traffic. And the police update. Superintendent Valentine says that the city is getting back to some level of normalcy. Most of the streets have now been cleaned, and so there will be a visible presence of police patrols supported by regional forces within the city. All financial institutions and some of the major supermarkets are open. Puckett's Pizza will be open to the public today. That's it so far. Anything that comes up as we do this press briefing, I'll let you have that information. Now, today we look at insurance. And we have two fine gentlemen with us who will talk to you about it. Now, insurance is important, we all know. Sometimes we do not remember until something happens like has happened now. We have faced a huge and, well, almighty disaster, we can say, with the winds of Maria, 165 miles per hour. A lot of damage has been caused. Some people have been insured, some have not been. For those who are insured, one thing sits on their minds every day. How do we claim? What's the process we have to use to claim, and what happens, how quickly after we claim, after we assessed, that somebody will come around with a check or we can go collect some money. And two fine gentlemen, as I said, are here to address this. One, my good friend Curtis Tong, who has been in the business for a long time and has handled many, many times that sort of thing, perhaps not a great big disaster, but claims in general. And we have Brenton Hilaire. Well, Curtis Tong is of the First Domestic Insurance Company. And from Sagicor, we have Brenton Hilaire. And together, after they're finished with you, you should know a lot about it. Let me call to the mic my good friend Curtis Tong to tell you a little bit more about this claim process and what happens after you claim and what happens down the way to the final check. Curtis Tong, the mic is yours.